through to the finals here in Leeds.
Indeed.
Now, as last night, during the interval, we'd like to give you a glimpse of how the finalists played in the semi-finals. First this evening, Ian Munro from Australia, who included Chopin's Polonaise Fantasie.
Segue into the second.
Absolutely wonderful. I'm a bit sweaty. Yeah, up there.
Well, Chopin is generally regarded as the pianist's pianist, you know, the pianist's composer, yes. More than even somebody like Liszt, because of the wonderful way in which the music just fits the instrument completely, perfectly. A lot of composers, such as Schubert, for example, seem to have written the music straight from their imagination and given either little thought to the instrument, or they didn't understand it to the point that Chopin did. And I think many people think that Chopin is the ultimate test of the pianist-musician.
Why did you home in on the Polonaise in particular?
Well, the Polonaise is an interesting piece. It's the Polonaise Fantasie. It's really not a Polonaise, and it's not really a fantasy. It's a mixture of both, and there are obviously two ways of looking at it. You can look at it either as a Polonaise, which is sort of made into a fantasy, or a fantasy which has elements of the Polonaise, and it's a problem because people disagree on that. It's much more complicated than most of the other Polonaises, which are usually just the very simple Polonaise form, which is ABA. But this one's a bit of a mixture.
The Prokofiev concerto that you've chosen for the finals requires quite a feat of memory. What drove you to that?
Drive is a very good word, actually. It's exciting. I think it's one of the things I enjoy most about playing the piano is rhythm. I love pieces with rhythmic drive, and Prokofiev has that. It's a showy piece, but it's got a lot of subtle shadings as well. Prokofiev was a pianist, a very fine pianist as well, and it has a lot of very interesting things for the piano. I think that no other composer has done. A lot of well-nigh impossible things as well, which you have to get around somehow.